This is a kickball lesson for elementary physical education by Mr. Dean at Ullamuller Elementary School. Alright, some of the objectives here for this kickball lesson, we're going to work on manipulative skills. We've went over all of these individually prior to this lesson. Sportsmanship, the rules of baseball, kickball, and also some cardiovascular endurance. We have gone over all the fitness components previously in class. Alright, here's the equipment needed for the kickball lesson. Obviously you can just use the bases and the ball, but this is a little more in-depth for my elementary school students. I'll explain each part individually. Alright, this is the cognitive part to the lesson. I teach the kids the history, the rules of kickball, and I do it in more visual form. Obviously these were done very quickly. This is pretty much the resources I have that I was able to use, so I did the best of my ability, and the kids can learn a little more history, make it interesting, and you can pretty much, obviously there's no curriculum for this, so you can pretty much make it however you want and however interesting you want it to be. These are my check for understanding questions. Again, you can switch these up, you can make them the same, but basically you ask the students these questions. That way you get a response to make sure they're learning the material appropriately. And you obviously need 4 bases and a ball. I have poly spots listed, and I will show you why in 1 second. Alright, so I sort of learned this technique on my own, death by fire I guess you could call it. I have these spots here as personal space spots for the students that are batting. That way they all are away from each other, they're not touching each other, and it gives them more structure that little can go wrong. I'm not going to say nothing's going to go wrong, but it definitely minimalizes the chance for them to start messing around, pushing, shoving each other, and getting off task. Alright, this is another idea that I learned, again, through failure pretty much, but I created the lineups for the students to see. This was an old marker board that one of the teachers actually was going to throw away. I have both lineups for both my classes in the evening, and this basically gives the students the visual of this is where everyone goes. Otherwise, I have them arguing, fighting over who is where. And if you do not have a marker board, or you don't have anything that'll work, or you don't like the idea, here's another one you can use with the new technology, is just put them in a lineup and then take their picture, and that way between innings you know exactly who is where. Knowing that you have the picture as well, they listen a little better because they know they're not going to get away with it. And my next clip is actually going to show you the gameplay with the students. I always pitch. I really would recommend doing that because you have control. You're the umpire. You have control of who's batting, the speed you want to pitch to them. If you let them pitch, you're probably not going to get the quality out of the students kicking. It could get pretty personal. So, and it keeps me involved as well. So students like it, and I personally like it, and it seems to work really well. So check out this clip, and this is how one of my 3rd grade classes goes.
Hey girls! Sophia, stop blocking her way!
First base, hold the ball.
No!
Good try. Stay on the base. All right, guy on first. Where's the play? Second or first. 1 out.
You can put up your pass.
First base. Way to run the 3rd. Good job. How many outs? 2 outs. Where's the play? First base. Because you need to tag Kamaisha. Here we go. First base.
Videotaping.
Good catch. Keep going. Get the ball in.
Hey!
Way to get the ball in. Good job. Okay?
Alright, the modifications to kickball are absolutely endless. You can be as creative as you possibly can. You can have them run backwards. You can have them kick with the opposite foot. Really depends on the grade level, skill level, but you as a professional, you can obviously come up with these ideas on the go or plan for them. But I hope you liked the lesson, just some ideas for you to use in kickball.